Anabel traveled to be here today from Miami, and she's the co-leader of the Miami National Stuttering Association chapter. She's been around the stuttering support community now for 4 or 5 years, and she also is at the beginning of her career journey. Another young voice, a new voice that needs to be heard. We thank you for your effort in attending today, Anabel. We look forward to your presentation. Take it away, Anabel.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anabel Augustin, and I am a person who stutters. So growing up in the Caribbean, so the topic of stuttering, so it was really taboo. So I didn't know that I had a stutter until I was older, because from what I remember, growing up in Haiti, so I used to raise my hands to speak in class. I used to be very social, and I used to always want to give. I used to always want to give presentation in class. No, but then so I came to the United States for vacation, and I was staying with a couple of my family members, and when I was talking to a couple of my cousins, they asked me, why do you talk that way? And then, so I wanted to know, so what way, so what are they talking about? And then they told me, that way, you're repeating stuff, you're making weird noises, and you are blocking a lot. And because they told me that, so I became more subconscious about how I was speaking. And so I became more conscious about trying to avoid stuttering, trying to change words, using different intervention, using different interjections to try to speak fluently. Then so when I went to school here, so I really became afraid to speak, and so I became very shy, very lonely, only willing to do the work and then to go home. But so what you what you did not know about me is that so both of my parents, they used to stutter, so when they were young, and I have two of my uncles who still stutter, but they stutter speaking very fast. And so me being the only child in my family who stutters and who stutters very differently, with having more occurrences of disfluency moments and blocking. no one knew how to interact with me. So far, most of my life, so I wasn't really able to express myself, because I had all of my family members speak for me, because no one was willing to wait for me to speak. So when I was in high school, so I had a really bad day in which the teacher told me to read a passage, and I was blocking, trying to say every word. And then the teacher, she would speak for me. So that day, so I felt very ashamed, very hurt. And then that was the first day that I Googled stuttering. And then I was able to get speech therapy when I was beginning to go to college. And so I received speech therapy for about 2 to 3 years. And then my speech therapist, so she told me about the National Stuttering Association, and that there was a support group for people who stuttered. So it took me a few more months to have the courage to go to a support group. No, but then, so when I finally did go to the support group, so I was able to meet so many people who stuttered, and I was finally able to see that having a stutter, it doesn't mean that you can't have a job, because I was able to meet so a teacher who stuttered, and then a tutor, and then many more people who had a real career and were people who stuttered. Because for most of my life, so I never knew what I wanted to do. So when I was growing up, because for so many years, no one would allow me to speak and have the patience to hear me speak. So I always said that I would never be a lawyer, never be a doctor, never be a nurse, and never be a teacher, because to go through those fields, you need someone to respect you, to want to hear you talk, to believe in you, and to trust in you. And so So as a child who never who never you had a chance to feel heard or feel respected. So I never thought that my words mattered. And so by joining the National Stuttering Support Group, so I was really finally able to believe in myself, and I learned about disclosing my stutter, and I was able to get my job as a case manager, in which I talk 24/7 on the phone. And I go to court meetings, to school meetings, and I show them that someone who stutters, they are able to speak, and they are able to advocate for their clients. Now, being in the National Stuttering Association, so I learned that everyone has their own journey of accepting their stutter. And that journey is not a straight line, because stuttering so as most of you know, so it is very variable. So no one person stutters the same. We all have different secondaries, and we all use different strategies. Because me, for my personal journey, so about 2 to 3 years ago, so I would have told you that I was really close to accepting my stutter, and that I was confident speaking to people, and that I wasn't afraid to talk. But since 2023, my stuttering pattern completely changed. So I have more blocks, new trigger words, more physical tension, and I don't know why. So like, so when I'm speaking now, so I feel very out of breath, and I don't understand why. because so because so 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 as a person who stutters, you know kind of your speech pattern, so when you're gonna blog, maybe so when you need to pause or change words. But when your whole speech pattern changes, that could be very debilitating to a person who struggles every day to feel heard. So while I'm on this journey now, so I just want to remind everyone that the journey to accept your stutter will be very different for everyone. So it doesn't mean that so as you grow older, that you won't stutter anymore. It doesn't mean that you can stutter less. Because we are all different, but I just wanted to remind everyone to keep talking, because one thing that I know about my journey is that the minute that I stop talking, then it's gonna be even harder for me to begin talking. So no matter where I am in my stuttering journey, so I know to never stop talking, to never stop being heard, because our voices matter. We deserve to be heard. Just because we stutter, it doesn't mean that that's what we have to say isn't important. So I just want to encourage everyone to stutter freely, speak loudly, and always make your voice feel heard. Thank you.